Welcome back to this morning's Sad Reality. It's like a little past 10. Last night my sleep finally caught up to me, and the amount of work I've been doing, gosh, I'm so tired from all that still. And I might be getting sick. I can't really tell if my voice is just like dying or also my screen's dying. Oh, connection. Fantastic. Slash skyblock. Slash lobby. Slash skyblock. Slash skyblock. Please. Please. Will you let me back in? There we go. But it's been an interesting past few days, I'll say that much. Like my family's going to go to an escape room today while I get to work for 10 hours. And then tomorrow I get to work for 10 hours. I'm looking forward to the day I don't have to do that anymore. But hey, maybe streaming I'll work 11 hours and I'll get paid 10 times as much. We'll see. I was doing the math the other day too, and I was like, if I were to stream for like 5 hours and I were to make the same amount of money that like retail work or retail makes for me, for example, I'd need like 36 bucks per hour, which I know in some communities is like super easy, but obviously getting there in the first place, that's a light year and a half away, we'll say. Who knows, maybe everything will change one day when the Fire Nation attacks. And so yesterday, I kind of realized something. I realized that so much of also this music is kind of annoying. I love you, but now you get to barely listen to it in the background, maybe. But yesterday I was sitting here and I was like, you know, maybe it's better to build things rather than sitting here and just like simply maintaining them. You know, I've spent so long in retail and now I'm like kind of losing it, and I realized that probably the lesson to be learned and the lesson to be shared beyond that is don't simply be fine with the way things are, especially if they're bad. You have to pretty much work every day to improve it. Otherwise, nothing's ever going to change. You're going to be depressed for the rest of your life, and that's no bueno. I'm just playing a children's game like Minecraft and talking about stuff like this. And this really hit me yesterday too when so my parents were still in the middle of getting the windows replaced, and previously my mom had said, hey, one of the people that used to work for this company is now a big YouTuber making, you know, 7 figures or whatever, you know, nice salary. If, you know, I want to meet them or whatever. I'm like, okay, sure. And then that day was yesterday. So prior to that, I took like a 2-hour nap because, again, I'm tired. My immune system's kind of dying. You're probably going to hear me sound nasally for pretty much the entire video, and probably the entire video tonight or whatever. So I took a 2-hour nap right before that, and then I get there, and the reason I know they got there is I hear a knock not on my door, but on my sister's door, who's like directly next to me. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm up now from sleeping. And eventually they come into my room, and I'm like, oh hey, what's up guys? I'm playing games here. Definitely wasn't asleep for 2 hours, you know. A sneeze. It is that time of the year where allergies sink in, whatever. And I'm not supposed to be taking allergy meds, because apparently those cause dementia, according to my mom. So, you know, that's, whatever. We're all schizophrenic in our own ways. Point is, they come into my room eventually and stuff happens or whatever, and I'm like, hoping this person's there, and they're not. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Well, later, I'm still playing games or whatever. My mom comes in with someone else, and they're like, hello, this is so-and-so person. You know, they open Pokemon cards and stuff for a living, and make YouTube videos about it, and they're really successful. I'm like, okay, that's cool, you know. I mean, maybe this is cringe to say on the internet. My opinion of people who gamble on Pokemon is not very high, especially considering all the videos you'll see of people that, what's the word I'm looking for? Pretty much do anything to get the Pokemon cards, and you'll see all sorts of very odd behaviors, I'll say, at stores or even the store that I work at, where people, like, fiend for the Pokemon cards. I'm just like, I'm a fan of Pokemon. I have been since I was a kid. My favorite Pokemon, you can probably take a guess. One of them, anyways. Shinx is up there. Growlithe's up there. There's a few other cool ones, I guess. Most of them are from the gens when I started playing, but anyways, that's kind of a completely separate tangent. So, later my mom comes in the room with that person, talking about the stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, and the first thing she does is introduce me, and she's like, this is my son, and, he's done YouTube, but he's been really struggling. And I'm thinking, why the fuck? Like, seriously? Let's for a second, let's figure out why I'm struggling. Maybe if my parents hadn't tried to like take away everything from me multiple times, or like sat here telling me that what I'm doing is completely useless and whatever, maybe it would be a little bit different. Just for consideration. But then, like, I'm thinking another thing too. This is extremely disrespectful to the person we're talking with, because you know how many people will go up to YouTubers and are like, "Hello, Mr. Famous Person. I would love if you helped out my son a little bit and gave him a shout out," or like, and that wasn't what she was going for either. But like, there's an obvious disconnect in the culture, and it just pisses me off still that my mom is like suggesting new jobs for me to do and stuff. And like the entire time, it feels like this has been sabotage, because like I work at retail now, and my mom will be like, okay, well if it's snowing, don't show up. Even if your boss tells you to, don't show up. And I get that's a safety thing as well, but like sometimes it genuinely just isn't that bad. And so why the fuck are you arguing with my boss when he's my boss and not yours? Like if people just stayed out of each other's business, maybe the world would be a little bit better. You see, it gets worse. Then we go to dinner, and my mom keeps talking about how, they're like, oh, they make 7 figures and all this other stuff, and by it keeps talking about it, I mean, I immediately derail the conversation, so that was what I heard when I came downstairs, because as per usual, I'm, like, almost deaf, and it's like, oh, hey, dinner time. I don't hear anything. I am either encapsulated by whatever my current project is, or I'm probably just out of it, or potentially asleep, who knows. And when she's still talking about this, I'm like, did we not learn? Did we not think about anything? I told her, I was like, hey, what you did earlier, that was extremely disrespectful to me, and I don't know if that didn't click or whatever. I mean, this morning she apologized to me, and she sounded like she cared about it, because she could tell I was offended, and I was. Like, especially when, in my opinion, I put so much more time into stuff other than, like, opening Pokemon card packs. Like, animating things by hand, having a group of people that does that, working on these other crazy projects, putting together teams of people to work on things. I don't know. To me, I feel like that is much more intensive, and sure, maybe there's not as much experience that goes into the project, but, certainly it's something I care about. And for you to say, hey, he's struggling with this, and this is something that I put my time into, and you being one of the reasons that I'm struggling on it, that is just, be afraid, because saying things is bad. Trying to think of a way to say that in a way that's like, this is appropriate, but not good thoughts there. But kind of the realization I came to is like, okay, you know what? It's probably time that I escape all this too. Because retail honestly gives me ideations I should probably not have. Especially when customers spit on you or treat you like garbage, don't even look you in the eye, stuff like that. Your parents are slowing you down every step of the way, trying to get to where you want to be, when they literally idealize everything that you want to be for whatever reason when they see it. It's just not you. It kills me. It does. Hopefully not literally. We'll see, I guess. So this May, I'm investing in a new PC, getting stuff happening again, and if my parents take it away, I think I'll probably... Chopping wood's fun, in Minecraft. I love chopping wood. It's a really fun thing to do. But yeah, so that's the current state of what I'm living with right now. I need to be investing in these projects so much more, because I'm not going to get anywhere, and if I'm not getting anywhere, then there's probably no point in doing anything at all, at least the way I see it, because it seems like everything is trying to stop me. That's why, in my opinion, it's better to build than maintain. You might as well make things happen rather than simply letting them exist, because otherwise you'll end up in situations like this. Although I say that, and God forbid anyone have parents like I do, because certainly I assume that their parents invest in them a little bit more than mine do, and like, I mean, for fuck's sake, my boss invested in me more than my parents do. Like, that's... And I would go to work at retail, and what? How many minutes? 25 minutes for 10 hours, and not a job I particularly enjoy. So, thanks for watching. Manchild on the internet cries about his life, even though he should be very grateful for the very nice things he has, because granted, I'm very fortunate, and I feel like we have to say these things because there is some truth to that, but also, like, I'm just tired of dumb stuff like that happening when it's completely out of my control, when people around me do dumb things, and the world continues like nothing ever happened, nothing is bad, and it's all totally fine, you know? So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in tonight's Sad Reality. I'm going to try to actually record it at a reasonable time instead of waking up the next day, crashing super late, and doing that. And yeah, I'm totally fine right now. Nothing would ever be wrong. Trust. Is something that you want to put on YouTube? Probably not, but like, this is kind of what the point of the channel is. It's transparency in the life of someone who's not very enjoying the things going on. I don't know. So, thanks for watching. I'll be back later. See you.